for him, for them. The evil curse had won. The anger and the anguish overwhelmed his fragile soul and caused a wicked tantrum that he never could control. ridiculous!
Golden Guardians find CLG, and they decimate them in the team fight.
Monte, I thought you were friends!
Hello and welcome to Academy Rush, presented by Verizon. I'm James Patterson, excited to get you into the action with another iteration of Academy Rush. For those of you new to the program, it's pretty simple. You and I jump through 5 games throughout the day as we check in on all the action, guided by one of our friendly casters. Now, for those of you who just want to watch every single second of every single game, don't worry, we've got that sorted out for you. The games will be played out in their entirety on the team's individual channels, so go check them out. Let's dive into the matchups for the day. First up, my friend Riv will be bringing us FlyQuest versus Cloud9 Academy, where big plans to give a warm welcome to Cloud9's new Academy bot laner, Tomo, a Scouting Grounds pickup who aims to be another Cloud9 star. Then, Thomas TJ James has 100 Thieves versus Evil Geniuses Academy when it doesn't really matter where Fake God ranked in Academy Spring, because you're going up against Huni today. Yes, former Worlds finalist Huni in your first weekend back. Good luck, my friend. Over on Team Liquid Academy versus Golden Guardians Academy, Pastry Time is excited to see how these familiar faces to the Academy scene, Keith and Rikara, fare as they face off in the bot lane. Dig Academy versus TSM Academy has Steven Kangas checking in on Winston, a fresh prospect for TSM Academy, hoping to reverse their unfortunate spring split opposite Dignitas' Dardock, a veteran jungler who's been around the block. Finally, CLG Academy and Immortals Academy will be brought to you by Alex Mad Magical Wielden, where the top lane has 2 once-hyped prospects, Alorum and Deus, hoping to come out the gate swinging and make their names known. Now, those are the 5 games that we've got cooking up in Academy Rush. All of them have gotten started already, so let's waste no time and jump in. Getting our first look at 100 Thieves Academy versus Evil Geniuses Academy, where top lane could get spicy as Fake God faces off against Huni.
I was here at Rush. It was also a 100 Thieves game, very start of the spring split. And I have to say, some things are carrying over. That 100 Thieves game, famously, they tried an Ornn AD carry, which didn't go great, but it turned out to be ahead of the meta. They were enabling kind of a proto-starvation Senna. And I think we've got a little bit of that here as well, because that's an Urgot in the top lane. A big chunky boy. Fake God is really exciting to me here, because a lot of the narrative coming into today has been about Huni versus Fake God. Has been about Huni and, frankly, how out of place he should look here. This should be Huni smurfing. He's down here in Academy. And Fake God has a lot to prove in most of these Academy matches anyway. Into Huni, you'd expect this to mean a lot to him, for this to be a matchup he really wants to win. And after EG dropped a game yesterday, after Huni looked slightly, I'm going to actually say particularly bad, into CLG yesterday, you'd think you'd go for a more standard option, you'd just play it safe. So if we can punish Huni's over-aggression, we'll pull out something real bug standard. But no, 100 Thieves, Kelsey Moser, we're sticking it to him. Here comes the Urgot. And I'm going to be really, really interested to see how it turns out. It was a last pick as well. Let me go ahead and run through my draft notes real quick. The Urgot was the last pick. Kalista Taric came through pretty early in the draft. Because we got this Aphelios, of course, in the first cycle for EG. They have a Morgana down here in the bot lane. I've seen a little bit of this. I've been casting some NA Amateur recently, which I know, NA Amateur, but that's been the only play that's been happening over the break. And there's been Morgana paired with a couple different things, like Aphelios, because she has big protection capacity. The problem I'm seeing with this EG comp, or perhaps the win condition if we frame it the other way for 100 Thieves, will be in the mid-game teamfight. I think, especially if Huni doesn't get out ahead in this lane, they're going to lack a tank, and if 100 Thieves can force front-to-back teamfights, they'll have a good time. But nailing EG down for a teamfight is going to be darn difficult. They don't have a whole lot of CC. It's the engage from Taric, the engage from... Oh, this is early. Boom. in trouble down here in the bot lane with EG rotating 3 players for him. Contract just goes aggressive, and Poom, who's been slept this whole time, doesn't go down. Now the rest of 100 Thieves are here, and first blood will go to them. As a full rotate in from Prismal finds first kill. That's crazy. They had Poom in Sleepy Trouble Bubble for almost the entirety of that fight, and didn't manage to do anything to him.
100 Thieves got better at Cloud9 Academy just yesterday, and already a good start for them here today. Now 1-0 up in the kill score as we hop on over to Dignitas Academy, looking to do much the same against TSM Academy.
They have some scaling with the Aphelios and the Corki, sure, but in terms of the raw front-to-back team fight, I'm still valuing Dignitas' composition more, and we're already seeing some action here. Dardock's going towards the top side, gets the flash out of Dokla, Lortlo follows up, and an easy first blood goes to the top laner. Well played by Dardock. He sees Dokla overextended, and just easily picks up that kill there. Winston now comes in. He wants some of this gas, but just stopping the backs. He's taking a lot of damage as he's buying time for Dokla to teleport in, but I don't think they're going to get anything for that yet. It's just delaying the inevitable. Dardock will be able to back here and pick up some more gold, or rather items for his gold. Good start for Lortlo. Is able to stay in lane. This is what
Lortlo benefits from a gank into the top lane, picking up a nice early kill for himself as we hop on over to Team Liquid Academy versus Golden Guardians Academy for our very first look.
Is a little bit higher leveled than the Trundle, but can't really do much to make sure no tower dive is happening. Rikara burning both barrier and flash to get out of that situation for only the ignite of Chime. So really nice gank from Hard, setting up Chime for that hook, and they are going to transition into this first Drake of the game. It will be Mountain, and it doesn't seem like the contest is on the cards here. Again, bottom lane's already low for TL. They've got actually no summoners at all. Yama also burned through both Yumi's exhaust and heal. And that will be the first Drake going over to Golden Guardians Academy. Continuing their good run here early on into the summer split. Back into the top lane. I can see Zion's button is still getting ahead. Up almost 15 CS in that 1v1. We'll keep an eye on that. But jungle is once again going well for Grig. Having the more farm-heavy jungler versus the Trundle is able to get a nice CS lead of his own. As Jenkins does land a chain, but not much he can really do with the Reju feed and the Doran shield here versus the Corrupting and that Doran's Blade. Hard here looks like he's just going to make sure mid-wave can get escorted in because they have other plans. BlazeOlive going to go ahead and finish off that wave, push it in, and looks like top lane is the target. Could be a blue buff respawn they're playing for here. Could just be wanting to invade and get some vision. Nice use of the Scry's Bloom there from Hard to spot off Grig, and it is just straight up a dive here. I mean, this is so readable. They've seen this from BlazeOlive's initial run, but Jacob's going to flash out. Zion with the ulti. Where can they really go? Zion's low, but the first one's just so easy. A BlazeOlive able to get it with the ultimate. Now can they get out safely? They have to know they're roaming up. There's Grig, level 6. Pops the Ragnarok. He's going to take down Hard. Busts in after his own action. Is able to get one. Can they get more? Yasui looking for the stun. Just misses the flash, but he goes in anyway. Procs his Z-Drive Convergence and is able to take down a BlazeOlive. So a great answer there from TL. Again, that play was just so easy to read. I mean, I like the attempt from Golden Guardians. Like, it's such a well set up dive that you're kind of priced into the play, but TL, they know what's happening, they roam up, and they do at least get a 2-for-1 trade despite
a hot start for the Golden Guardians as they pick up the drag and first blood, but solid response out of Team Liquid to pick up 2 in return. This one's still very much even. Back over to Dignitas TSM, taking a look at the mid lane action as it breaks down, and Dardock picking up his first drag of the game.
Right now, Dardock takes this dragon for free. Winston is not even around the area. You got to imagine TSM Academy saying, yeah, we just got to give that up. We don't have priority mid. We don't have priority bot side. And Asta and JJ, while they just backed, they were in the area to back up Dardock if needed. So, great early start for Dignitas Academy. I mean, I'm giving them an A right now in terms of their performance. They got the first blood. They've controlled Winston in his jungle, making sure he can't get through the river. I mean, I don't believe he's gotten a single scuttle so far. And then they also get that dragon. So Dardock, hey, I mean, if he's got a grudge to settle with TSM, now is the time to do it for sure. Level 6 is getting hit by some of these champions.
From Dig TSM over to FlyQuest Cloud9, our very first look at this matchup.
control the game a bit more. They were not able to grab this in their first game against 100 Thieves. For their first game, it seemed that Cloud9 kind of got taken by surprise quite early in the game. And they really weren't able to find their way pull back. And after that, a big fight here in the pit, and they are going to try to take it. That's the sixes I was talking about as the Ornhorn comes through. Now they're going to be on to Tomo as Revenge, and Mass try to follow that fight. Tomo over the wall, so now they have Big and Triple in a 4v2. Mass over the wall with Killer Instinct, and now he's going to start delivering the damage with the Acathian Rain, but it's a double kill for Big. That's huge, actually, and Revenge comes up with a kill for himself. What a play. The chase around, the ring around the Rosie, and the ability of FlyQuest to hop over the walls, really allowing them the reposition needed to take the victory in that fight. 5-1 as the ace comes out for FlyQuest, and they will have triple push in mid lane. A few plates for him. Put the money in the pockets of your support. Big is going to be, like I said, huge. We even have your stopwatches coming up right now. He's going quickly for the Ninja Tabis right off the bat. A Null Magic Mantle just quickly after, so he can take the autos if they get into fight again with the members of Cloud9. Not huge item upgrades, but if they continue the pressure, they are that much ahead in these skirmishes. Tomo and Diamond towards the top side of the map. Instant cleaning of this wave. They need to start pushing out, and you can see it's almost a bit more frantic in doing so. Sunfire Cape feels oh so good for Ornn. Revenge picks up a huge finished item here at 55 CS to 76. Under 10 minutes in there, 2-0-2 for your Ornn. The top and the bottom of the map are sandwiching beautifully right here for everyone in the middle. And even Mash was able to get his hands on participating in 4 of those 5 kills. He's 1-0-3. And you just look across the KDAs, it's almost like everybody was able to get 100% participation there, but just short. Just short. It's what you want to see here for a big start and to knock, again, the confidence of Cloud9, who want to come out with a win. We've seen, or Cloud9 Academy, we've seen them already in the early part of the game, trying to control the jungle, pushing through very heavily towards the bot side, seen by Big. He was able to get out safe. A few moments later, they trade reds, and Nori is able to get a bit of Fnatic's jungle as they move throughout the jungle phase. Your first big fight comes in, and we see how long that fight lasts, right? We talked about it. There's no 100-0 here until we get further into the game, until our Triforces are finished, until you're getting the 1, 2, 3 punches from a fudge barrel into something else. So that fight really benefiting Revenge's tankiness, Big's tankiness on the Ornn, the Nautilus respectively, and the ability to move around the entire Baron pit. Fnatic, Triple, and Mash all got themselves in and around the pit. Mash back over with Killer Instinct. Everything played out beautifully, and it can't happen that way every time, right? We'll see if FlyQuest can keep that going. That's the test. That's what they have to do. 5-1 looks really great, but Cloud9 are still your defending champs. And we'll see if they can bring that out here in this part of the game. Palafox taunting Big a little bit. Didn't really have too much help behind him there and could have got himself into trouble. A big rocket from Triple as he is holding blue
An 8-minute ace, a Rift Herald, and first turret for FlyQuest. They couldn't ask for a better start in this one against Cloud9 Academy as we hop on over to Team Liquid versus Golden Guardians. The kill score now stands at 3-2.
It's only a Cloud Drake. They got the first one. There's maybe no need to commit everything for this. But we'll see. Greg is, I feel like for the last minute or two, just commandeered Ragara's support. As Yama's been riding around, going to clear this ward with the help of Olaf. He is hard ready with the pillar. Has the Eye of the Herald as well from the Rift Herald they took earlier. So setting up for a potential double play with mid and going for the Cloud Drake could be nice, but Golden Guardians Academy sticking together. Keith can't really get in here though. He's going to have to go the long way around with the lane pressure. Nice pillar though. Trundle, of course, can be very effective against Olaf. And they're going to go for it. Ragnarok pop. That's going to mean the CC doesn't land from the GLP, but final chapter also used there for Yama. So running out of cooldowns, the Zion Spartans just straight up roam down. He didn't need his TP. Yasui going to get aggressive. But I think that's enough. Just moving in as a team, having Zion roam down with the timing. And even though Jenkins is, back in base with a buy, TP at the ready, nothing Team Liquid Academy can do. Very well played around that objective for Golden Guardians Academy, continuing to have nice, clean early games here. 13 minutes through. Gold lead's not significant at this point. It's about 600 gold ahead for GG.
Still anyone's game in this one as Golden Guardians picks up their second drag of the game. Straight on over to 100 versus EG. Some action in the bottom river.
Q's gone as well, and EG decimate 100 Thieves. That was beautiful. EG get nothing in a team fight where they had solid positioning. That could have easily just been an encirclement around the Drake. 100 Thieves get bullied away from it. And instead, they just take a hammer to it. Able to fall back and target prioritize in the middle of that chaos. I particularly liked how little Prismal's presence or absence in the fight made a difference. That was one of the things that really hurt me in the spring split. I was watching this 100 Thieves side, and the Prismal Breezy bot lane would be so, I'm going to say undervalued by the team, but that's a little harsh. I don't know what the conversations inside 100 Thieves Academy are. But I was seeing a lack of resources dedicated towards a darn good bot lane. Prismal was popping off, he's incredible, and when he didn't get everything in the game, 100 Thieves would instead dedicate those resources towards mid or something, and they'd lose out. So seeing 100 Thieves now be able to play a game where Prismal got just wiped out at the beginning of that fight, and still win the team fight. Still EG.
100 in solid position as we make our way to that 15-minute mark. 2K gold lead in their favor. Still one match we've yet to check in on, so let's do that now. CLG versus Immortals Academy.
Wait, turret going down in the bot lane. They got the engage coming in from Tuesday and Phil in the back line. They got Apollo locked in, nowhere to go. Even with a lash after, look at the damage that comes in from Tuesday with the taunt on the two members, going to be able to get a lot of damage on Xmithy. They've got one kill on a Froggen, but Xmithy still barely going to be able to survive. Insanity on to win. Let's see if he can at least get one more back. Flashes in for a double kill for himself. Lorem was fighting with Deus the entire time. Tuesday still behind, away from his teammates. The dash does not connect from Deus, wasn't able to get it. Maybe they're going to be able to save their mid laner. Deus has nobody else near him. Pillar throws him back in for the rampage out of Insanity, and that is devastating for CLG Academy. It was well played by Insanity. This is why this player has been so hyped up for so long. He was able to perfectly kite that one back despite being in the middle of 3 members of CLG Academy. Hard to get on top of that Corki, finding himself 3 kills in that fight. He's 4-0-0 now, and he is looking to see if he is going to be able to carry this team to success.
Looks like we got here just in time as Insanity puts on a show, picking up 4 kills on that Corki from the mid lane, setting his team up nicely through that early game. Back over to Team Liquid versus Golden Guardians. Action in the top.
Oh, never mind, Hard's going to finish it off. Rakara, is he going to steal it away? The smite's not there. This is absolutely tragic. And actually the Olaf's here to smite it. Hard is going to lose the Eye of the Herald, but at least nobody dies. Yeah, Golden Guardians overextending, trying to have Keith push that top lane there, and do pay quite dearly for it. No deaths given over, but losing that Rift Herald when you absolutely had it guaranteed was not the play that you want to see. I'm sure Coach Raz will not be too happy with that development. TLP combo, very nice though from a Blaze Ollie. Procs the phase rush there, but does not continue the assault onto the Aatrox. No flash with the ult there for a Blaze Ollie. Felt like it certainly could have been a 1v1 he could win, but he doesn't know if there's maybe any latent junglers hanging around, so it's just going to farm out the next few waves. Here's the Aatrox though, Blaze Olive going to get the ulti down, the out of Jenkins. I don't think he'll win this one. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Chainsaw not going to connect, and a Blaze Olive will get out safely, but Jenkins had a pretty good go with the ulti on. So just a trade of cooldowns there in the top lane, and everything will settle. Zion Spartan down in the bottom lane. Still looking to finish that first item despite the monumental lead he has in farm. Maybe he's just kind of farming wherever he pleases at this point. There is 8 seconds till that Ocean Drake is up. TP advantage this time on the side of Golden Guardians, with Zion still having his, although he's already in the bot lane, so it may just be a roam down here to look for this Drake and push them to Soul Point. There is a Rift Herald though channel up in mid lane. I think it might have been a bit early here, although TL are around the Drake looking to play for it. It's 4 for GG's in there right now. Greek gonna get caught. No, Ragnarok, you burns it late. I think maybe thought he could get out of the CC chain later, but has to burn the flash as well. With the ulti not up for Syndra, that would have been a surefire kill, but Yasui going to dive back in. Parallel Convergence looking like it's placed pretty well. Yasui getting low, but he gets out with the ulti. Time also on the front side in stasis. Lives with the lantern on as Yasui will finally fall. No, he won't. Yasui, with the Yuumi in the back pocket, is able to just barely get out alive. But can TLA contest for this Drake? This one feels pretty important. Golden Guardians, of course, going to start it hard, looking low. Will get a lot back once he kills the Drake. But doesn't want to have to smite it early here. Could just be a steal attempt here for TLA. Jenkins is diving in there. They're going to try and take out the enemy jungler. They get the kill, but the Drake goes over. It is Sion Spartan that gets it, however. And Golden Guardians, they get the kill, but it is a trade as Charm will die. But Grig now dead. Yama now dead with Yuumi no way to get out of there. And it's Keith with a big old triple kill as Golden Guardians get Soul Point and the team fight win. And again, it's gold. Actually, still kind of close.
An extended fight, but it will be the Golden Guardians who come out on top in every sense of the word. Picking up their third dragon and 3 kills along with it. Straight into some bot lane action for EG versus 100 Thieves Academy.
You're gonna leave definitely for dead here. Oh my god. He just left. Felt like my uncle at a family reunion over the wall. Fend for yourself, definitely. That's devastating. Definitely didn't have flash, so there was no way he got out of there. It was the right call. I don't want to blame back for it, but felt a little callous. EG lose another fight. And that's going to be Ocean Drake point for 100 Thieves. I was talking about EG's poke burst damage. That's very true. One of the many things that could negate that if this Ocean Drake gets scooped up. Because then, you know, sure, the Zoe Battlestar is...
Contracts and Poom leading the charge for 100 as they move into solid position. 5K up now in that one. 20-minute mark as we crest it. Let's check back in with Dignitas, TSM, see how this one stands.
Away, picking up that kill, 3, 1, and 2. Evolve having a great game. And keep in mind, Evolve was the primary carry in that game last night that TSM Academy played against Team Liquid. Went 6-1 and 4 on the Zoe. This is a young player, brand new to Academy as of last split, and has been performing immaculately. We don't see a lot of these young guys come into Academy and impress right off the bat, but I think Evolved is an exception to that rule. He has had some great performances on a variety of champions. The Zoe last night, now the Corki today. And once you get that Trinity Force completed as the Corki, you are online, everybody. Evolved should be able to put out a lot of pressure and a lot of damage.
Dignitas, TSM, still plenty to be decided here with the outer turrets up almost across the map. FlyQuest C9, though, this one more squarely in FlyQuest's favor. Let's remember that 8-minute ace, rather, they got early in the game.
Agenda, right? Tree's last split, Sequest going in now, but aggression on that. C's are aggressive, very strong and powerful, and that's the way the FlyQuest is playing here. The ebb and flow of the game has always been in their favor, even if they felt like they were getting pushed back. As they went for Rift Herald, they were able to engage. Here, and engage onto one, and that's going to be a lot of damage onto Anori. Palafox getting hit up as well over the wall. It's going to be the Orn Horn, and Moore takes him down as the Prey Seeker comes out from the wreck side. Beautifully done. 8-4 now as the kills get racked up on the board, but it looks like Cloud9 is now able to surround FlyQuest as not everybody's able to get into position behind Baron. Cloud9 taking the kills. We talked about the Triforce spikes. We talked about the healing that would come in, and we saw those initial impacts of the damage from the side of FlyQuest just being resolved by healing on the side of Cloud9. And that took them by surprise. C9's going to find themselves a Baron here 22 minutes in, but wait, Triple comes in. Is he going to have package? No, he's just going to have a big one as he shoots the rocket in, looking for the shot over the wall, but it's not going to happen. The Phosphorus Bomb won't be ready to fire in, or I should say at distance, to get that Baron. And Cloud9 takes the Baron for themselves and puts themselves right back in a position to easily win this game. Upgraded items coming in from Revenge here, but the items finished up for Cloud9. They knew their spike. I talked about a bit of weathering of the storm for the side of FlyQuest and what C9 was doing in the early game of jungling. But that right there is something you cannot forget. The objective swing in the game, and FlyQuest tempted. They felt far enough ahead to tempt them. especially after their item spikes had just come through. Interesting choice. FlyQuest now probably second-guessing that one. And it looks like they are just going to keep aggressing from the side of Cloud9. Fnatic gets hit up. Inori taking a lot of damage as he gets kited out. Tomo's True Shot Barrage takes a good chunk out of MASH. So the Marksman has to reposition a little bit better now. Ultimates are up across the board, except for that True Shot Barrage we just saw in Cannon Barrage is just about to come off cooldown. Inori towards the top side. Could look to come around. It looks like he is trying to flex. If FlyQuest were to engage, he would have the pincer move. And now Cloud9 doing a great job of just quickly flipping the switch and being able to use this Baron now into second tier turret in mid. Big missing a hook there for just a moment, and that was the moment they needed to maybe turn this one around with the dwindling minion wave. And that cannon minion not approaching close enough for turret aggro. They will be able to take down 2 turrets here, so a bit of deja vu. We saw this having to happen with a FlyQuest Rift Herald earlier. Now with Baron pushing forward, it's going to be a 3rd turret that is under pressure from Cloud9. They start to attack. There's the hook that hits. They're going to go with the Oran Horn in the depth charge, but it's not going to be enough as Tomo gets to safety. And Revenge is now looking to get out to safety. It is not enough, and they cannot push through. Now the Karma speed, the Yuumi healing in speed, Karma's Athene healing is just too much. The True Shot Barrage also drawing a line in the sand. 25 minutes in, just 2 minutes short of the time FlyQuest was able to take down Immortals yesterday, and Cloud9 wants to find a different ending to that adventure here. They will not let FlyQuest win so easily a second time. 2 Drakes for each team. Soul Point still a bit away. And it looks like we will have Mountain for that, as we have seen for a bit now. 43K as the game is evened up across the board. I think we're going to have a little bit of pressure release here, as the inhibitor is going to be too much to take without other focus on the map. So we see Cloud9 begin to retreat, and they will get themselves some nice upgrades here. The Sterix Gauge also finished for Fudge, giving him more utility in the fight. Everybody coming online now, and we just saw how much that mattered for Cloud9 to actually even aggress in these fights.
As I said, FlyQuest was in control. C9 makes me a liar, finding their fight and a Baron to boot. We'll check back in to see if they can close out with the advantage they just found, as we see what CLG is doing to stave off the aggression from Immortals Academy.
Look for a little bit of fight. Unfortunately, wasn't able to land the Darkened Blade. So it has to instead clear out the minion waves. I don't think you send Alorum into the bot lane now that he doesn't have TP. I think you want to be able to throw him somewhere else. Of course, with Alorum in the bot lane, it does mean that he should be able to put a lot of pressure onto that inhibitor turret. So Deus, even though he has TP, might not necessarily want to leave. Phil will be spotted out. It's going to be Xmithy. Oh, Scryer's Bloom did not see Frogus or Tuesday there in the Pixel Brush. They still are going to vacate. They're still worried because they knew Insanity was topside and could easily have flanked them. Backing off, making the wise call to not want to look for this engage, but because they're slowly bleeding out this gold, without much of a fight, with only a couple of scraps here and there, the bot lane fight not resulting in a single kill didn't matter because they were able to get themselves the turret and get that gold lead continuing to scale up. 6,500, almost at the 7,000 gold mark now for Immortals Academy, with Phil looking for these engages, but he's far out. He goes for the quickest with the engage, but Heroic Entrance not going to be able to get the knockup on anyone. A lot of damage onto Phil instead, and you already see that Alorum is here looking for the fight. CLG Academy, you got nowhere to go but down into the grave. They get the first kill onto Frog. Phil going to follow suit for the double kill out of Alorum, getting the resets with the World Ender, looking to see if they can get into Win. Win has to use Feather Storm, but it's a triple kill for Alorum. He's looking strong in this game. He and Insanity are insane, and they will be able to now turn onto the Baron, easily securing that with no jungler from CLG Academy to contest. There's an unfortunate engage coming in from Phil. He wanted to see who he could lock down, but Heroic Entrance connected onto nobody. Everyone had already bailed out of that. They had disengaged. This is what Immortals do best. They're able to dash away from where CLG Academy can lock them down, and because of that, it means that their wombo combo of Jarvan, Galio, Rakan can't do much. They lose turrets, they lose Baron, they lose fights. And this game is looking all over for CLG Academy unless Immortals commit an absolute sin.
Not wanting to be outdone by his mid laner, who earlier picked up 4 kills in the single team fight. The triple falls in favor of Alorum. Immortals now in solid position. Back over to Cloud9, FlyQuest to see if Cloud9 can find a way to close.
Looks like they'll start to hover around this Drake. It is going to be number 3. Cloud9 has some good potential here to open up, clearing out the wards. Revenge is not going to be able to call the Orange Horn just yet, but wait, they've caught Fnatic out. Fnatic could go down. He goes under, he comes up, and he finally gets put back down, and now it's going to be the fight here. Where's the answer from C9? They're on the backside healing and firing in the Mystic shots. Nobody's watching Fudge. Tomo over the wall. Oh, the shield to Fnatic keeps him alive, and now they have the focus onto Tomo, onto Diamond. Oh my gosh, the pressure forward, the bait from Fnatic, and the shield to save him was incredible. That's what cost him the fight. Cloud9 looked like they had it, but the overstep coming in from Tomo as the arcane shifted over the wall is what broke the camel's back. It's FlyQuest inside the base, and they are just 1 minute past their first victory of the 2020 summer split. What a game. They're still getting pushed back, but they're going to pad the KDAs as they're able to come up with the kills again. And the champions getting taken down for a second game in the row as we see Palafox putting on the Zanyas to look good, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be the Nexus going down. It's going to be FlyQuest Academy taking the win over Cloud.
They may not have won the Baron fight, but they found the right one to close it out against Cloud9. FlyQuest Academy picking up a win on this here Friday. Over at 100 Thieves versus Evil Geniuses. 15-7 stands the kill score. All 4 Drakes in favor of 100 Thieves. This game is theirs for the taking.
This game easy. You in, call the Forge God. Huni again on the telephone. That will be the Fate's call. Prismal in the front lines doing big damage. EG stay focused here. Radiance get popped just to kill Huni. EG disengaged solidly. Very good play around the Taric again. That 100 Thieves death ball is staying so clustered. They're just running in around the Taric saying, we're all staying alive here. And EG haven't been able to crack it. They have a lot of poke, not a whole lot of sustained damage. The Aphelios is supposed to be that, mind you. He's got the ornamented static ship, the Runad's Hurricane. Oh, Saligo. Shuriba Shuffle all the way in. Will go down instantly. Max the trade. Boom. Will dive. Dazzling deftly. And picking him up. The death ball is rolling downhill. And EG are on the receiving end. And you are the only two to survive a mad rush down by Saligo. It looked insane, but it accomplishes the goal. Again, it's all about that murder ball. 100 Thieves find the picks they need to say, go on Drake, on Elder Drake. Huni goes real aggressive here. This is a 3v3, but not one they can win. And EG just leave. This is what I was seeing in the other game, where Huni would consistently look a little disconnected. Face checks a bush there, obviously worried they're burning Elder. Obviously there's a fairly quick Elder take, but you're not going to win that. And now because he's died, there's not even going to be a faint chance of picking up Baron during this. EG don't get a major objective in response. There's already eyes here for 100 Thieves on the Baron. And this looks clean. I'm struggling to say, you know, EG are making this mistake, EG are making that error, because it doesn't look like they're making clear-cut mistakes, let's put it that way. Instead, you're just seeing them slowly have to cede ground. Every now and then, Huni or someone gets a little too aggressive. But they're just not taking risks, ceding ground, waiting for a mythical state in which they win. And it's looking increasingly like, you know, the fairy tale isn't real. They've taken the least risky option for now 32 minutes. That's 4 minutes on the 10-minute timer I gave 100 Thieves. Since then, they've more than doubled their leading kills done. Doubled their gold lead. So maybe I should give them more time. They hit the snooze button again. Woke up in the morning, rolled over in bed. And they actually didn't hit they hit dismiss. but then they've done the thing where they set like 50 timers, one for 7 o'clock, one for 7:15. They did that. So it's still coming, but they don't have to think about the times for the next 5-10 minutes. Here comes the call to Forge God. Huni in again. 100 Thieves with the Baron, with the Elder. You do not want to fight this EG. Or Huni in particular. He'll nicely evade Dazzle, showing off some of those mechanics we know and love. Nowhere under there. And here come 100 Thieves for the game win. Here come 100 Thieves to pick up a decisive victory over EG. Turret will be grabbed, and well behind is just having to run. This inhibitor is going to go down with no contest. Anders going to have to go all the way back into Fountain just to regen his HP. 100 Thieves dot their I's, cross their T's, pick up both inhibs. We'll push for the game win with Wave, presumably. I don't think they have Elder buff anymore, so EG at least have that. Oh, don't do it, 100 Thieves! Don't do it! Oh my god! They're not just dotting their I's, they're drawing the little hearts. For the eye dots, you know, when people make it like a little love heart? Yeah, that's what 100 Thieves are doing. EG is witnessing the strength of 100 Thieves Academy this season in excruciating minutes. They reset FlyQuest. He'll be back with mid-wave. This turret down in bot lane has no HP left. 100 Thieves have truly taken their time. If they really want to, they can just wait for Elder Drake again. I think that at some point you're weighing the risks of this comp waking up for EG. Call the Forge God will come through. Prismal does get knocked up. Oh, Dark Binding as well. Damage dropping onto Poon. He hasn't popped the Radiance. That's what all that was trying to base out. And they do not get it. And in the meantime, here's FlyQuest. Call of the FlyQuest in the mid lane. Will arrive. No Horn to announce his presence, but a full wave of empowered minions. And now the turret falls. Now the final inhib falls. And EG are going to have to do a desperate last stand. There's the ultimate pop. Prismal into the front lines. Matt's in big trouble, having to already drop to half HP. Flashes into his base. Huni gets bursted down. FlyQuest for that kill. As 100 Thieves have cleaned up this game with a broom. It looked automated. They had a cleaning robot. This will be a devastatingly decisive win for 100 Thieves.
Took a trip around the Rift and all the global objectives, but 100 Thieves will find their win and a 2-0 weekend to kick off the split. Checking in with Dignitas versus TSM. Even stands the kill score, but 4 Drakes picked up for Dignitas. Action in the mid lane.
Asta gets out of danger. Dokla's still on the flank. I don't know if Dignitas has spotted him. Oh, Dokla. Oh, watch the Aatrox. He's got perfect sight on Asta. Pops the ultimate. He's going to look for it. Asta, is he watching? Does he notice? As Dokla's onto the backline, gets a 3-man knockup into 2-man knockup into 3-man again. But they can't actually get the AD carry. Dignitas is in full retreat right now. The AoE damage of Lost and Evolved is so strong, and that flank from Dokla was just too much for Dignitas to deal with. They cannot continue this pressure on the mid lane, which means TSM can just walk this wave up. They opt not to, though. They know that there's that Ocean Drake. They know that Dignitas can just heal up and re-engage this fight, and TSM, their health bars are a little too low, and this is the problem. Even if you have this gold lead, even if you're able to win the fight, if you can't deal with a disengage of Dignitas' composition, you're not going to win a prolonged fight. Because, yeah, you got the Executioners, but that'll cool down after 5 seconds. And then they'll just be able to heal up after they walk back into their own jungle, back to their Fog of War, and then re-engage onto you with the likes of the Tahm Kench ulting behind you, with the likes of Lord Low Call of the Forge Gods. So, TSM Academy, they need to find more for these plays. I loved that teleport from Dokla. Went so deep and was unspotted for so long, but just wasn't enough at the end of the day. Asta was able to play safely enough, and now the Baron is being started up here by the side of Dignitas. We see 3 members of Dig kind of corralling TSM, making sure that they stay away. Dokla's caught out all by himself. This is great for Dignitas if they can catch him. Oh, Dardoch, though, uses that kick, actually pushes Dokla back to safety. And the Baron is stopped. The TSM Academy, they really don't want Dignitas to get that. If Dignitas get that, that means a lot of gold in their pocket instantly, and also now they can siege onto TSM Academy, and suddenly that gold lead that you've been working so hard for this whole game just disappears. We're approaching 30 minutes into the game. These big power spikes are getting hit by a lot of these carries, and TSM Academy still in a position of power right now. I mean, you're looking at Evolve with 3 items completed to Phoenix with 2.5 essentially. TSM Academy, I think that this is a time that you have to fight. You can't just let Dignitas continue to scale and continue to get these objectives. Elder Dragon's on the table, so is Baron, and so Dokla on the flank yet again, single-minded on this champion. Dignitas pinging it out, they don't know where Dokla is, they spot him now on that ward. Dignitas, they have to stop TSM from getting this Elder Dragon. If TSM Academy gets this, look at Evolve, jumps in, they try and lock down Asta, and they do! The carry's gone, and Dignitas cannot hope to win the fight after that. It's gonna be a clean sweep if they can catch Lorlo here, but either way, they got everyone that mattered. They can turn their attention onto so many objectives now. TSM Academy off the back of Evolve, pull the trigger, and fight a huge team fight. They might just go for an inhibitor right now. They push the bottom turret. They still have a few minions here, along with tanks that can tank these up. There's no way they go for the game, right? 30 minutes in, they're pushing the inhibitor. They might go for the whole thing, everybody. TSM Academy just went from 0 to 100 so fast. They get the Nexus turrets, they'll take down the Nexus, and they will go 2-0 in their first week of Academy in summer 2020.
In the matter of gold lead versus Dragon Soul, TSM says we'll take the gold lead and the victory along with it. Over to Immortals CLG. This one's still plenty of room to run as Immortals is up in kills, but even in that global control.
So Deus, even though he has CP, might not necessarily want to leave. Phil will be spotted out. It's going to be Smithy. Oh, Scryer's Bloom did not see Frogus or Tuesday there in the Pixel Brush. They still are going to vacate. They're still worried because they knew Insanity was topside and could easily have flanked them. Backing off, making the wise call to not want to look for this engage, but because they're slowly bleeding out this gold, without much of a fight, with only a couple of scraps here and there, the bot lane fight not resulting in a single kill didn't matter because they were able to get themselves the turret and get that gold lead continuing to scale up. 6,500, almost at the 7,000 gold mark now for Immortals Academy. With Phil looking for these engages, but he's far out. He goes for the quickest with the engage, but Heroic Entrance not going to be able to get the knock up on anyone. A lot of damage onto Phil instead. And you already see that Alorum is here looking for the fight. CLG Academy, you got nowhere to go but down into the grave. They get the first kill onto Frog. Phil going to follow suit for the double kill out of Alorum, getting the resets with the World Ender, looking to see if they can get into Win. Win has to use Featherstorm, but it's a triple kill for Alorum. He's looking strong in this game. He and Insanity are insane, and they will be able to now turn onto the Baron, easily securing that with no jungler from CLG Academy to contest. There's an unfortunate engage coming in from Phil. He wanted to see who he could lock down, but Heroic Entrance connected onto nobody. Everyone had already bailed out of that. They had disengaged. This is what Immortals do best. They're able to dash away from where CLG Academy can lock them down. And because of that, it means that their wombo combo of Jarv and Galio Rakan can't do much. They lose turrets, they lose Baron, they lose fights. And this game is looking all over for CLG Academy unless Immortals commit an absolute sin. So with the recalls in, see the item buys. Gonna be able to get, goes for the Spirit Visage on Alarm just to be able to heal up even more in these fights and be that much more unkillable. Well, sure, it's only really to negate the damage coming in from Tuesday. They only really have 2 damage sources, Tuesday and Win. Sure, they can get the ornaments. They can have things gifted out, Molten Edge for Wind. But Wind hasn't been able to get that great of damage into these fights either. He's been kind of pushed back, constantly thrown around. The Featherstorm's always used a little bit too late after everyone's already died to be able to help out anyone, or even help himself out, because once he uses it and drops down, immediately dies upon reconnection with the ground. There's going to be the Baron up minions pushing in at mid lane. forcing CLG all the way back to their base, not having a single outer turret remaining for themselves. Insanity continues to wait into the bot lane, getting that damage, chipping away at the inhibitor turret. Rest of CLG Academy want to see if they can rotate, seeing that there's only 2 members of Immortals Academy here. But it's so easy for them to rotate around. Look at the damage onto Froggett's coming in. Just a couple of chips. True Shot Barrage going to whittle down when force them away. Nobody's going to be able to contest that inhibitor falling. This is Immortals Academy playing it smart, playing macro, playing it cautiously, but always making sure they are the ones forcing the issue. While CLG Academy, they are the one who try to see if they can get a fight, never can find it right. They're finally going to be able to get the novel knockup. They already lost Frogget. Nobody else is going to be able to get anything, because you can see the damage coming in from Alorum and Insanity, forcing them back underneath their next turret. They're going to lose the next inhibitor in the mid lane, not even getting the knockup coming in from Deos. Deos instead having to flash away to be able to survive, as Insanity wanted to see if he can chip away at the tank. But now they're forced back again, going back for the play mid lane to be able to secure that second inhibitor. They might even want to just see if they can disengage, because Frogget is going to be up in 15 seconds. While sure they have minions, they would rather have the super up minions. They see there's another Mountain Dragon up. They're instead going to go for the slow, cautious play, get themselves their 3rd Mountain Dragon of the game, put themselves within Mountain Dragon Soul point, be able to continue to play with that objective lead. This is what you'd expect from a team being led by Smithy and Hakuo. Find the right fights, use the information correctly, play the macro game. It's gone really well for them here against CLG Academy, who want to be scrappy. They want to fight like they did against Evil Genius Academy, hoping that a team would take the bait this time. It didn't work. They looked at it and said, no way, Jose. And said, we're going to back off, play it well, wait for you to engage on us, because we can constantly disengage into you. Even with Phil wanted to be able to make that play on to Insanity in the top lane, but he just can't. Nobody was nearby. Backs off. Now that Insanity has the package, they got themselves 3 Mountain Dragons that they were hard to kill before. Gonna be impossible to kill now. Couldn't stop the recall. They're barely missing that. Doesn't matter though. They have minions pushing in both mid and bot. It's forcing Deos to try to see if he can keep the minions at bay, but all they're doing is waiting it out in the top lane. They don't have the Baron up anymore, but they have the pressure. All 5 members are here. Deos still looking for the recall. Is going to be able to get it. Could look for the TP play, but there's no wards to be able to go to. He's got to see if he can get the fight. Frogget dies immediately. Without your engage, without the guy to set up your Galio, there's nothing you can do, and they're going to continue to engage the fight. Phil forced to dash away to get out of the fight. Insanity going to get a little bit of poke. Back onto Phil, going to be able to find the kill for Apollo. Then turn onto Deos, who's still fighting against 4 members. Double kill coming in from Apollo. This game is set and match. They're just cleaning up for the KDAs themselves. They're going to be able to get Tuesday to go golden. Win still underneath. Not able to get anything. It's a triple kill coming in from Apollo. Last man standing. He's going to go down with the Prowling Projectile. They got the root, they got the knockup, they get the flash out of him as well with the Thunderstorm, trying to see if he can shut down Apollo, but it's an ace coming in from Immortals Academy. They will find their first victory of the split. Clean, clinical, and smooth out of them to start off day 2.
With only 2 deaths across the entire team, Immortals find themselves a very clean victory to close out the week. Only 1 game left to be decided, and it's this one. Team Liquid Golden Guardians already breaking down in action.
To take down these carries, Yasui does not have anywhere to go, but he gets out without having to use the ultimate there. Greek being down, I think, means Baron is a very real possibility here. And a Soul Drake going over to Golden Guardians is always tough. But those are pretty minimal losses when you consider how badly it could have gone. TP in here from Team Liquid, but yeah, Blazor just going to carry the blue buff away. So he's like, yeah, I'm just going to tower dive you. This is the power of Echo, certainly. Flashes in, gets the easy solo kill. Going to have to ulti though, but now I think under the tower could be in a bit of trouble. What a great slow from Zion Spartan. Yasui looking for the big play, but I think he's just thrown his life away. What an auto! Stops the Brow, going to have to do it again. Gets slowed down. See you later. The shot. There's the control ward, there's the hook, does miss. But now there's pressure that can just maybe let the bullet time rip here. It's got 3 hearts ready to go. Here's the 4v4. Ulti out from MF is nice. Jenkins just melts as Keith takes him out. Greek forced to flash over the wall. Now he's completely out of the fight. Will they hit the blast cone away? Keith, I think, just waiting for Greek to try and get back in here. TP in, that's going to shut him down. Greek going to get hooked up. Flayed away, blast cone over. Be careful, Keith, though. Gets him in midair. And that's Baron at Golden Guardians Academy. As Yasui's big moment costs his team dearly. And now Golden Guardians Academy are going to zoom on through mid lane. They've got the Baron. Certainly got the numbers advantage. 25 seconds till Grig is up 15 on Jenkins. We'll see if the two carries in a Yumi can hold off the onslaught, but nope, not on this tower, that's for sure. Mid inhib tower is crushed. The inhib alongside it will fall as well. I think that's enough damage done for now for Golden Guardians Academy. Go back, spend your money. And push down another lane. Set up for the Elder Dragon if you need it. All the steps in place for Golden Guardians to close out this game, despite a couple hiccups. Despite some real heroics for Team Liquid Academy there in some of those fights. Golden Guardians playing very calm, very collected, very well around these objectives. Managing to find a huge lead now at this stage. 5,000 gold ahead. Still got the Baron ticking. Have the Ocean Soul. Got a death cap on the way for a Blaze Olive. He's not far off. See where they do go with the remainder of their Baron buff. They've got a minute-ish left on it. I'd say like a minute and a half. Looks like Zion is escorting minions top lane. He's going to be challenged by Yasui there in that 1v1. Again, Echo certainly very strong. Could find traction in that matchup. Super minions also being escorted into mid lane, but no commitment there for Golden Guardians. Looks like they are just going to work this top lane and try and take down at least this tier 2 tower. As the will meet the wave, Keith does check the brush with the Make It Rain. And this tower will just be forfeited here by Team Liquid. You see who's going to throw a Q, try and delay the push a little bit, but again, minions are very strong with the Baron empowerment. They also have Jenkins working the bottom half. But Golden Guardians may commit to some sort of aggressive dive or just posture forward on the tower. They are just going to shoot it down. Jenkins going to have to get back. He has channel recall already. But this inhib, I think, is going to be forfeited. A Blaze Olive just going to take him out. It's close. The Yumi heal does save the jungler's life. But this Syndra not messing around as they take down the inhib. That's 2 down now as TLA may have to choose somewhere to make a stand. Is it going to be in their own base? Trying to go for the hook, but he doesn't find it onto Jenkins. Baron buff still going as well here for Golden Guardians. They can start getting on the Nexus towers. Double cannons here pressuring the left side turret. Big barrel chain again, they're onto Yasui, getting a decent amount of damage done. This tower's going to fall. Yasui going in, looking for Keep, but he sidesteps it. There's the ulti out for Echo, has to escape. Final tap there up for Yumi as well, but TLA can't quite find a good engage. Make It Rain and zone them off, but they look to take the other Nexus turret. Golden Guardians Academy is going to brute force their way in, or will they? Yasui with a big shield on the front side as Keith going to get dove on, but the Aatrox will fall down. Grig far too low to fight, he will fall as well. And Ricaro just going to get pillar flashed on by Hard as the Blaze Olive finds the stun post ulti. As Zion Spartan zoning everybody out, and that's the Nexus exploded as Golden Guardians Academy will take a 2-0 week.
Golden Guardians find the close and finish their opening weekend at 2-0. A very polarizing first week for the Academy League, as the majority of our teams either sit at 2-0 or 0-2. Just a couple there right in the middle at 1-1. Of course, plenty of room left to go as we got 8 more weeks of play ahead of us. But that is going to do it for Academy Rush. A reminder that if you want to catch any of the full game VODs, check out the individual streams for the different teams. Drop those amazing casters a follow. We got at Esports TJ, at Kangas Cast, at Mad Magical, you know Pastry Time and Riv. But go ahead and say hi to them on Twitter anyway. And stick around because Friday Night League is coming up soon. I'll see you there in the audience.